System one loaded. Booting up system. Loading.
Gabriel Valentine.
Loading.
Dan Brozo. This is the Digital Lizards of Doom show live at Meltdown. 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 Meltdown.
Welcome, brothers and sisters, to the Digital Lizards of Doom show live at Meltdown.
Yes. Hi.
My name is Gabriel Valentine.
I'm
I
Dan
should say
Brozo.
it over here. This is Dan Brozo.
I have to talk in a Scottish accent for the beginning of the show for some reason.
He lost a bet.
I know. What was the bet though?
I bet him that we could, our last trip to Meltdown
To Los
Comics,
Angeles, yeah.
to Los Angeles, that he could
Hey.
last the whole time. That he couldn't last the whole time without AC.
Without the air conditioning on, yeah.
And it didn't happen.
It didn't
and then
work.
We found
And
out
then we
that
turned on the air conditioning. It didn't even work. It was broken.
It was broken anyway, so.
It's stupid. I don't want to do that anymore. That's a terrible accent. I'm sorry, any Scottish viewers. I do watch a lot of Limmy's show, if you know what that is. So I picked it up a little bit.
Lemon?
But Limmy, Limmy.
But what is his last name for reals?
Brian Limond, Limond.
Gotcha.
He's
cool.
freaking hilarious, but you can't understand anything he's saying because his accent is so thick.
That's awesome.
That's the thing about Scottish accent. You can't understand it. But when I speak it, you can understand it because I'm speaking from an American
Okay, you can stop doing
standpoint.
that now, anytime.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I love that accent though. I'm gonna get better at it.
Yeah, get better at it, and then like.
Yeah, get better at it, and then let's redo this whole thing because that was terrible, Dan.
And then we can do like a cartoon.
for sure, dude.
Nice, very nice.
That's our new handshake, by the way. We did it specifically for this show, and we're quite embarrassed about it. So we probably won't do it again.
You are? I'm not embarrassed about it.
Well, it's embarrassing. We're not actually embarrassed,
No,
but it's
I'm-
embarrassing. We
I'm
get
pretty
that.
stoked on it.
Let's talk
Wait,
about
what's your name for me? This.
Oh yes, it is a beer themed episode.
yeah,
Our
I'm
guest,
I'm holding
Craft
him. I'm
Beard.
holding him to this, so he said he was gonna do this.
Natural Icentine, sitting over here next to me, in honor of natural ice, natty ice.
In honor.
In honor of
In
Today's
honor?
show brought to you by Natural
gosh.
Ice. No, it's not at all. In
No.
fact, that is a terrible beer, and we have no connections to it whatsoever. Our guest, however, Craft Beard, has connections with all kinds of awesome craft breweries
That
in
is a
town.
terrible beer.
Have you had it?
I really hope nobody from that
Like
company
the owner,
ever watches our show.
Mr. Natty Ice. Doug Natty Ice is watching right now, and he's like,
N-O-D-D-Y.
"What the
Naughty.
heck?"
His name's Naughty.
Naughty
Naughty
Ice. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, we have
He's-
Rudy
he's
coming on the
Scottish too.
show
Yeah, Rudy.
from Craft Beard.
Rad dude.
So
Makes some rad products.
super cool, bro.
Yeah. Super tight, bro. Like, we're going to hang so
Hanging
hard
out
with
in
him,
San
dude.
Diego.
Yeah. No, he's a cool dude, and his art is phenomenal. And he's doing a lot to spread the word and honestly elevate the craft beer world to the next level.
Yeah.
Because it is, like, before it was just craft beer and it was amazing and it was good. But now it's becoming like a cultural phenomenon. So it has to have art and stuff going along with it. And he's
Art.
helping to propagate that.
Art and beer, man. Art, beer, chips, and
Bart.
Mexican food. What else do you need in San
Bart
Diego?
and
That's it.
ear. Art and beer. Bart and ear.
Oh. Okay, I thought you said fart in my ear. I was like, what are you talking about, you freak?
Don't tell him what we do off camera.
Anyways, let's get to some cool stuff.
All right, you
So,
want to lead her off? You want me to do it?
I'll lead her off, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but you guys are aware that Mortal Kombat X comes out
the new
April 14th, man.
So this episode will
Stoked.
probably be up by the time. So Mortal Kombat X is out now.
No.
2 weeks from now?
April 14th? Oh, I guess, yeah.
It'll be coming out today, right? Because
Whoa,
the episode will
crazy.
come up 2 weeks from now. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. This is nuts and bolts stuff. Yeah, exactly.
This is not an April Fool's joke, by the way. It is April 1st. Oh, sorry. I missed my cue. So
He does that.
actually, no. I'm not even going to throw him under the bus. I'm very stoked about our new handshake, bro.
It's cool.
I
I'm
think
more
it's
stoked
awesome.
about Mortal Kombat, though.
Yeah. And April Fools.
That's not our actually new handshake.
Yeah, that's-
no, but seriously,
No.
Mortal Kombat. I'm
But
really
no,
curious.
so I don't know if you guys heard the controversy. It's not really controversy, but they're
No,
trying to
there's some
call it that to build a
controversy to it,
story.
for sure.
But there's the fatalities. You guys know fatalities. I don't need to
Yeah.
explain. It's where you do this super crazy move, this finishing move when you finish him, and it's usually pretty graphic
Pulling
and
spines out of
brutal.
fools, chopping them in half, watching their guts slosh out.
But the new fatalities are like super brutal. Like,
yeah, they're gnarly.
super gnarly. Like, I mean, it shows a lot of they're just super graphic. The sound effects are pretty crazy. I watched the video. Personally, I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, I get, I think they're
The
trying
thing
to hype
is
it up a
that
little bit more than it was.
It could be partially like a publicity thing where they're like, yeah, talk about how bad the fatalities are.
That
People
is
will want to
true,
buy
'cause
our
then they're
game
gonna
more.
go and play the game.
Exactly. People are going to be out there searching for content.
They are awesome. I mean, like
They are
they're
awesome.
Pretty brutal.
There's been a few of them. I was like, I had like a physical reaction to them.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, that's
yeah.
intense. Like getting chopped in half and having your guts pulled out and your head pulled out and stuff. Like, they're pretty gnarly. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say they're not gnarly. And the point where the graphics are right now is
Yeah.
like,
I mean, it shows everything.
almost-
It shows intestines, stuff falling out.
Exactly.
Like it's not just like a red slab and then like a little stub for like the
Exactly.
bone. I mean,
we're
it
not
shows
on Super
everything.
Nintendo anymore, Dorothy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're pretty gnarly.
Yeah,
I'd say they're pretty gnarly. And
It felt like a step up though. It feels like the next step in the evolution of the Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, and
series.
that's
It
the whole
doesn't feel
point.
like it's like, whoa, don't go there yet, guys.
that's the whole point of those games too, is to like blast you with intensity. So
I mean, yeah, they
go
came
for
out
it.
that way.
you know what I miss though, dude? The babyalities and the isn't there like a friendship one you could do in the old ones?
Right.
And then like
I
there's like
totally
the
forgot about
bestiality. Is it
those.
actually called the bestiality where
No,
they would turn
it's
in,
not called the bestiality.
but they would turn animality. Is that what it's called? Where they
It's
would turn into an animal. It
Yes.
shouldn't be called bestiality if it is, because that's icky.
It wasn't.
but-
Don't worry.
Yeah, good. But yeah, they would like. There's the animal one. There's the baby
I
one.
do remember the babies one now. That
Yeah.
I remember you
There's,
turn
like,
into,
a couple
little
different
baby
ones.
one. There's one where you could throw. No, that was a friendship one where you can throw them a birthday party.
Yeah, exactly.
like stuff
And they were
like that.
hilarious.
Yeah, Nintendo. I think Nintendo started that because they didn't have the fatality on the first Mortal Kombat.
Oh,
because
because
more
it's too nar.
Nintendo's more family oriented.
Yeah.
But then on the 64, I think it was.
Yeah.
They had like the friendship.
Friendship.
Friendship. And you could like
Right.
throw a party. You could like
Which I
fart,
liked
you
all
could,
that
like
stuff.
fart in their face and they'd be
Yeah.
like, like
Yeah.
that little weird sound.
Yep.
Yeah, that's funny.
Also, dude, what we were talking about on the drive up to LA last time, the
Putting
whoopsie.
the ice on our
Whoopsie.
hands.
No, we were doing that to stay cool.
Oh, okay.
Because the AC didn't work, so we literally took ice cubes and were like rubbing them on our thighs. Not as sensual as it sounds, but it was. I tested it out and I was like, ooh, this is really nice. Gabe, you want a couple of these bad boys? He's like, for sure. So we were just rubbing ice cubes on our thighs, and yeah, it looked like we like peed ourselves from our legs, but it was real weird. But anyways, we were also talking about the whoopsie and like the
Yeah.
old Mortal Kombat games.
And some people were saying that was a glitch.
Yeah, it's just a
That's
glitch
not
that
a
a dude's
glitch,
face
people.
pops into the
That's
screen
not
and
what
goes,
a glitch
whoopsie.
is.
No. Yeah, so
No, that was on purpose.
bring that back. And didn't you say in one of the later Mortal Kombat games?
Yeah, no. In it was one
Like
for
Baraka.
GameCube. Yeah, Baraka. It was one for GameCube where Baraka's not in it,
Mhm.
but after you beat Scorpion,
Yeah.
you
You can like break
you
through a
can,
wall.
Yeah, if you hurry up and you have to like break through a wall on the far left or right side of the screen.
Mm-hmm.
You go to another cavern and then Baraka's in there, and if you when you're fighting him, the whoopsie will pop up.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, so it was like
You know what I should do?
it was a glitch.
You know what I should do in the editing of this? I should pop in a whoopsie.
Dude,
I
so
should
down.
do it. Like here,
Like-
let's pretend like whoopsie. It happened right there.
There
It
you go.
did. I edited it in.
Nice.
Movie magic.
Dude, you just did that.
So they should make that back in the game, and they should add the silly ones too.
That'd be fun.
Because like honestly, I feel like that anybody that's like really genuinely like bothered by the intensity of the gore, if you put in the silly ones too, you'd be like, no, we're hitting like the full spectrum of what's going on here.
Yeah.
And it's also like it's
all in
fun,
good
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous.
Or you know what they'll do if anything? DLC. Like, oh, we added the friendships back, but it's $10 for you to be able to do it.
There you go.
I mean, don't do that, but like just do it for free like someone cool would.
Stop giving Mortal Kombat ideas.
I know. They're going to watch this show and be like, stroking their long evil person beards and just like, yes, we
Yes,
will do
Baraka.
that for $10.
So what do you got, man?
The thing I have, there's a YouTube channel that I've just been hipped to because posted on a couple websites that I like.
Hey, stop looking at your phone.
I know, it was so we had a couple of our friends be like, "Hey, you guys are looking at your phones a lot." I'm like, "I have like my news story on here, dude." So yeah, there's a YouTube show called Man at Arms Reforged, and getting passed around the internets right now is these guys. They run like a blacksmith shop, like old school, like
Nice.
Renaissance era, like
It's a
blacksmith shop.
YouTube show?
Yeah, it's called Men at
Nice.
Arms Reforged. I don't know what the deal is. I think it's only for you. It is only for YouTube. This show. The channel is called AWEME, and I don't know much about the channel itself, other than that I've watched a bunch of this show, and they make a bunch of like weapons and like tools and all like shields. Like the one that I just watched was Link's Hylian shield. You
Gotta
know,
be
like the
kidding me,
blue
dude.
one with the Triforce on it and stuff.
That's
And it's
rad.
real tight, and they go through the entire process. They start with a chunk of metal, and they forge this thing into Link's shield. And it is so cool to see like what actually went into that. I mean, obviously they're using like laser cutters and stuff, so they
Dude,
have some
that's
modern
sick.
technology, but also they have like
So
the
it's not,
ball
like,
rollers and
authentic
stuff.
Hylian?
I mean, an elf didn't make it.
It wasn't blessed by Zelda herself.
No,
No.
or like
man.
Din or like
Yeah.
Nehru.
Oh, Din, dude.
Din's kind of hot in a weird wears like vines over her body kind of way and has a scary face, but that bod, dude. Anyways, why you gotta make me just a creeper, dude? You take the creeper out in
It's
me.
so easy.
I know. Some other things that they've made on the show just to get you guys just chomping at the bit to watch this. And you know the deal. Open up a new tab and still listen to us. Mute this show and like watch that show while you're watching.
Open a new tab.
Yeah, and I'll put up some clips of it too because it's really cool.
Fist of Ace.
They made, dude. Remember,
What?
the dudes from Four Lords came on,
Yeah.
and remember one of the members of the Four Lords is Guts.
Yeah.
They made Guts pre-Dragon Slayer sword from Berserk on the show Man at Arms
Dude, Fist
Reforged.
of Ace.
Fist of Ace.
Fist of Ace.
Katarina's daggers from League of Legends. Oron's katana from FFX.
Nice. Who are
where's
these
some-
guys?
They're really cool. I think they might be Canadian. I think we decided we were watching.
Oh, really? That's a bummer.
What other stuff? Dante's
Just joking,
Rebellion
by the way.
sword. No, Canadians are the best people on the planet. What are you talking about?
I love South Park.
Dante's Rebellion sword from Devil May Cry. Sauron's mace from Lord of the Rings. Link's fierce deity sword from Majora's Mask.
Nice.
Arno Dorian's Phantom Blade from Assassin's Creed. Like a bunch of cool stuff. Dragonborn's Iron Helmet from
Dude.
Skyrim.
So,
So
like,
much
they-
cool stuff. Squall's Gunblade from Final Fantasy
So they do
VIII.
what we do, but they have talent, pretty much.
No, we can't even compare ourselves to that.
Okay.
It's way too
I was
tight.
trying, but whatever. Hopes and dreams.
Dude,
crushed
Captain
by
America's throwing shields. Dude, just so much stuff. Like I'm going through this.
Can't make
There's
that.
there's about 60 episodes.
God. There's adamantium in it.
Well, they made all of the TMNT weapons combined into one.
Impossible.
They made all of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle weapons combined into one weapon.
You lost me at adamantium, dude. They can't make Captain America's shield.
No, it's cool
It's
though.
irreplaceable.
I mean, you couldn't make any of these mythical metals that exist in these
It's
worlds.
not mythical. It's real, dude.
All right, Gabe. No, I'm just kidding, dude. It is real. It's so real. So yeah, go check out Man at Arms Reforged YouTube show. Really freaking cool. Yeah, check it out.
And check out Mortal Kombat X. It's coming out April 14th, so possibly
Man, we need to
today.
get some of that Mortal Kombat money. They should sponsor the show.
We should.
We'll do fatalities to each other, just for like If they sponsor like $100, I'll pull your spine out for you.
It's trying to rub ice on me, do fatalities to me.
I'll pull your spine out, dude.
Friendship, turn me into a baby, whatever the heck you
I'll
said.
turn you into a baby, buddy. Goo goo gaga. All
All
right. Anyways, let's talk
We're gonna
about
get some-
comic
just some
books,
comic
dude.
books, dude.
All right, and I promise I'll never do a Scottish accent again.
No, don't promise. You just promised that.
But
Ugh.
I don't know. I break my promises all the time.
One more time for me. Go.
Say what you want me to say. It's the worst one I ever did. Handshake. Boom.
Let's
Comic
get to
time.
some comic books.
It's time for Dizzy Doom's comic boom. Gabe, kick it off, dude.
Cool.
You got a very difficult to pronounce comic book title right there.
Very difficult, but very awesome.
Yeah.
I'm reading Space Parasaurolophus.
Parasaurolophus. Dang it, I had it a second ago before the
Parasa-
camera was rolling.
Parasaurolophus.
Parasaurolophus. Parasaurolophus.
Parasaurolophus.
There you go.
Parasaurolophus.
Yeah.
Space
Parasaurolophus.
Super rad, dude. Super cool. Actually, read this one twice. It's pretty funny, but in a super like totally BA way.
So, from what I'm seeing from the cover right now, is this dinosaur is sentient?
No.
Is he intelligent?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, he's sentient then.
Well,
He's wearing a spacesuit and he's got a gun in his hand.
okay. Well, check this out. Well, okay. He is, but I was like gonna break into that.
Oh, I'm
like,
sorry.
nice
I'm
and
sorry.
neat. Yeah, God.
I'll shut up.
Always stealing my thunder, bro. No, it's really cool. It takes place like on Earth, and kind of, sort of, like millions of years when dinosaurs are existing,
Mm-hmm.
and the main character is telling the story, and he's just a regular dinosaur. He's like hanging out, and then one day these aliens come and abduct him because they're doing research on him, and as they're doing research on him, they're really nice. They're like good aliens. They're gonna put him back like in the same spot he was.
Yeah.
And what ends up happening is, as they're doing research on him, this other spaceship, who's like the enemy of like the universe, pretty much,
Okay.
they come and they try to shoot and destroy the aliens that have abducted him, and they make a quick maneuver and they shoot this giant asteroid type missile down to Earth, and it annihilates all living things on the Earth, which killed off all the dinosaurs and his entire family. And so he's all like, and they're all bummed because they're like, oh man, but at the same time they kind of saved his life.
Yeah.
And so as
But
a
like
gift,
at what cost, you know?
yeah, so like as a gift, they give him a brain and intelligent, and they speed up like his evolutionary like existence. So, and then they train him as like this fighter.
Don't
which
tell us
they-
too much, man.
they're called Space Rangers. Yeah, I won't tell you too much, but they're called Space Rangers, and they just keep peace in the galaxy. And I'll stop there because
That sounds like a really cool setup, though.
it's a really cool book, man.
I like
So
when
I'm actually picking up my own copy today. So
I like when pieces of fiction go off like historical events, like the asteroid that killed all the
like
dinosaurs.
Transformers,
Yeah.
Transformer movies.
Exactly, dude. Yeah. So that sounds really tight, dude.
Cool,
Who,
man.
who
Yeah.
writes that?
Leonardo Perduzzati. Perduzzati.
Perduzzati.
Perduzzati.
Perduzzati.
Perduzzati.
All right. I just wanted to make you say
So
that because
bad.
that's another. Those are you got some
Leonardo.
really difficult to pronounce things.
I actually talked to this guy. He hit me up about getting the book on the show.
Mhm.
So Leo, nice job, dude.
Yeah.
Was
Feel
it
free to submit stuff to us.
Oh,
and
yeah.
If it's good,
Seriously.
we'll check it out. Hit us up on social media on the D-Lod pages, any
Yeah.
of them.
Send it to me. It usually comes to me or Dan.
If
we'll
it's good,
answer
we
right
will
away.
talk about it.
So, yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you, Leo. Awesome
Thanks,
book, brother.
Leo. It's dope. I'm
Very
gonna check
cool.
it out. So what I got here today, Poet Anderson, the Dreamwalker, and what the first thing you may notice about this piece right here is there's 3 names on the front: DeLong, Cole, and Diet, and you might know the name DeLong from somewhere.
I don't know. Who's
Maybe
that?
from something that's tattooed to Gabe's body.
Wait, what?
Do you have a tattoo of anything related
I
to
don't have
somebody
any
named?
D's or longs on my body.
You have something long on your. Nah, that was terrible. Ew. Anyways, Tom DeLonge. That name ringing a bell for you?
Tom
Maybe the
DeLonge,
lead
Tom
singer of a
DeLonge.
band that you were obsessed
I
with?
thought that was Matt Skiba.
No.
Oh.
Tom DeLonge, Blink 182,
Yeah.
Angels and Airwaves.
Oh, Tom DeLonge. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so
for
this
sure.
this comic book is a prequel to an award-winning animated short from the imagination of Tom DeLonge. I honestly don't know how much of a connection Tom DeLonge has to it. He probably like came up with the concept and then had a team of honestly badasses, because this is a really cool book. Put all this stuff together. So the dude that was the lead singer of Blink 182 and Angels and Airwaves has made an awesome little piece of fiction here. Poet Anderson, the Dreamwalker, is about lucid dreaming and worlds that are created through kind of a collective consciousness, and stuff like those themes I am super into. Like the other night I watched Paprika for like the second or third time.
Dude,
It's I
wonderful
like
movie.
that, but honestly I like this kind of stuff more because this is like kind of darker and gnarlier than Paprika is, because I don't know, that was like I don't know. We can get into talking about Paprika later, but I like this concept a lot, and just the ability to like manipulate your dreams. It's a lot about lucid dreaming, and it's really cool. It's really pretty. There's a lot of cool action sequences. The writing is solid. I like the characters in it. Yeah, there's a bunch of cool stuff going on in this book, and I like all of the themes that it plays with. Excuse me, quite a bit. So I didn't want to finish it before we started talking about it because I don't know, it's really dense and I wanted to take my time with it, you know.
For sure, man.
But it's really cool. There's a lot of cool imagery in it.
Looks awesome.
And yeah, so good on you, Tom DeLonge, for putting something like this out.
Good on you, mate.
I don't know, it's got a little bit of like a Little Nemo Adventures in Slumberland kind
Right
of vibe
on,
to
dude.
it. But obviously
that
more
movie.
adult and a little more gritty and a little more badass than Little Nemo, which is like a kid's movie. It was really good, but
I love that movie.
yeah, it's great. So yeah, check it out. It's entertaining, and honestly, above all, like, I'm a big fan of comic books for the art. Like, that's the number one thing that draws me to it. Like, storyline, obviously it's got to have a good storyline, but if it's really pretty and engaging to look at and I'm like wanting to see what's going to happen on the next page, I'm gonna keep reading it. So this is an example of something that was really well done in that regard. So check it out, Poet Anderson, The Dreamwalker, with some connection to Tom DeLonge.
He also has, I think, album. Is it out yet? Is the album already out? Or
Tom DeLonge's album?
Album's not out yet. Okay, the
Yeah.
album's coming out soon.
Cool.
And then there's a movie that's coming out along with it too.
Nice.
So,
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna have to check out the animated short that goes with this Poet Anderson.
that won a bunch of awards.
Yeah.
So
Sweet. So yeah, check it out, guys.
all right, man.
Poet Anderson and Space Parasaurolophus.
Space.
Why, dude, scientists, why'd you make dinosaurs' names so hard to say?
Come on, scientists.
Just make that like
Get with the program.
Hornheadosaurus. Right?
Yeah, sure.
Hornheadosaurus.
Hornheadosaurus.
Space Hornheadosaurus. Let's get to our guest.
Let's get to our guest.
Get to our guest.
Our guest has arrived.
We are here with Commander Echo's guest of honor,
Who is our guest today, Gabe?
Rudy from Craft Beard. We got him in.
What up, what
Finally.
up?
Dude, you made it.
I made it. Took me 5 minutes to walk here.
Yes.
That's awesome.
dude. I love that. Being out there, being active, you know, getting that aerobics. You know, I did mine this morning, my calisthenics.
Did you?
Yeah. No, I didn't.
Calisthenics? Calisthenics, right?
No.
It's an interesting word. I don't even know
yeah.
how to spell it.
Yeah, spell
I
it
don't
now,
think
Dan.
anyone really
Hey, if you're
knows
going
how
to
to
correct
spell
me,
it.
you better know how to spell it,
No,
too.
it's like one of those things nobody really knows.
Yeah.
I was just wondering. Yeah.
I was doing my Pilates and stuff.
There you go.
There we go.
I
Zumba.
stick with yoga. 4 letters. You're good.
Yes. I
Exactly.
can spell that.
I don't
for sure.
actually
Syllables.
do that,
YODA.
Yeah.
I can I can spell
but Yoda yoga.
Dude.
What's up, though, dude?
Not much, man. Just here hanging out and getting to know you guys and having fun in the lair.
That's cool, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Speaking
rad
of
spot.
which, because it's we talked about it earlier, it's their anniversary today, their 4-year anniversary. You brought something for them, I
I
guess?
did.
Yeah.
So it's the same shirt I'm wearing. So it's double tap, and it's
So rad, dude.
How wicked is that?
So there's
man?
more. There's a story on why I created this, but basically, I used to design video games, and now that I'm doing craft beard stuff, I wanted to combine my love of video games and beer, and then Double Tap was born.
That's awesome, dude.
So yeah, so I give them a anniversary present. Hopefully they hang it up or
Congratulations,
show it
Villainous
someone.
Lair.
So you mentioned you
Congrats.
wanted to make a 3D version of this. I think you should make a 3D functional version of this that like actually functions as a tap and a joystick. So you
Dude,
can pour
you know-
beers
That
while
would
you're,
be
like,
next
slamming
level.
fools in Street Fighter.
I'd be happy just starting with like a little 3D print of it, so you just throw it
Well,
on your
yeah, at
desk.
the
But
beginning.
that's probably a future project. But that sounds legit.
That's pretty tight. Let me check that out.
Yeah, that's real cool.
That's awesome, man.
So tell us about what you do as Craft Beard. Like, what is the overall idea of the concept of Craft Beard?
Craft Beard, at its core, is a beer art company.
Okay.
So any artwork that I create is always inspired by beer in some way or another. And sometimes I throw that on a shirt. Sometimes I throw it on a sticker, a piece of artwork. So I label it as a beer art company. So it's nice and broad, and it's not limited to, hey, you're a clothing company. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes I do that, but sometimes I do a lot of other things too.
Yeah.
And what are your foundations? Like, how did you have the wherewithal to be like, I'm going to start an art company? Like, what is your foundation for all that?
So I had a career in video games for about 10 years.
Doing what exactly?
I was a level designer / game designer. And before that, I did freelance graphic design out of high school and
Gotcha.
little early college. So I always dabbled in like graphic design in some way or another. And so when I left video games a few years ago, I went back to freelance graphic design, moved from out of state back home here in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
Did that for about a year or two under the moniker 8-Bit Chicken. And the reason why that name exists is because my last name is Pollorena, so it's like has chicken in the name. So 8-bit video games, 8-bit chicken.
Mm-hmm.
You're either super lucky or like horribly cursed to have that last name. Let's just go with lucky.
It's more lucky than not, 'cause
Chicken.
I still have a lot of old school friends that just call me Pollo.
Dude, that's
Even my cousin calls me Pollo, so I respond to that because it's. Even my aunt, when I was born, she would call me like Pollito, so it's like little baby
Little
chicken. so-
chicken,
Yeah.
Dude.
So,
Man.
but anyways, yeah. So after I did that 8-bit chicken for a couple years, I did a piece called the San Diego Beer Matrix, which has just a bunch of San Diego breweries all in a crossword puzzle. So one letter leading to another
believe I've seen
letter.
that
Yeah,
piece.
I've seen that
Yeah.
too, actually.
I
So
love
it's,
that
it
piece.
was a green one. So it's at Carnita Snack Shack. It's at a couple other different
That's probably
spots.
where I've seen it.
And that piece right there started it all. Like that one is the one that basically built the company.
Did you make that one into shirts or clothing?
It started as just this digital format.
Mm-hmm.
Threw it on Facebook.
People
Went
ate it up.
viral.
Yeah.
Like Stone shared it. All these breweries shared it.
Mm-hmm.
Then people started asking me for prints.
Yeah.
And I didn't think of any of that. I just
Yeah.
said, "Hey, I made something cool," and I slapped it up on the web.
Yeah.
Speaking of Stone, man, I was telling them that you're gonna be on the show yesterday. My buddy works down there at
Oh,
Stone.
sweet.
And shout out to Trip at Stone Brewing.
Trip.
And he was like, "Oh yeah, dude, that's awesome." So yeah, it's pretty cool. So
I don't
was
know
like,
Trip,
"Dude,
but
this
maybe
guy-
I've seen him around.
this guy gets around, dude. But that's awesome.
Yeah, so I mean, from them wanting prints, naturally threw it on some shirts. So I did
I
a
think I've seen the shirts. too.
small run of like, I think it was like 40 shirts, and then sold out. Then made another batch, sold out. Then started playing with different colorways and kept selling out. So
And what year was this?
This was like the beginning of 2013.
nice.
Yeah. So from the San Diego Beer Matrix, I just started creating more designs, and 2 years later, I just celebrated my 2-year anniversary in March.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. So just keep rocking it and just keep getting inspired by craft beer and just see where it goes.
That's so freaking sweet, dude.
That's
So
right.
rad.
Thanks.
We just said rad at the same time.
I know. It felt so right.
Dude, we gotta chill. I mean, I really wish we had beers. Actually, we should.
Yeah,
have been
what
like,
I know,
was,
that's-
what were we thinking?
That would make
Fail.
sense.
Fail on my part right there.
You know what's super annoying though?
What's up?
When somebody's like, "It's 5 o'clock somewhere."
Weird. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Shut up.
Not feeling that
dude.
saying?
No, I hate that saying. It's
Yeah.
on the same level as if somebody's like gonna give you a plastic bag, and you're like, "No, I don't need a bag," and they're like, "Oh, cool, save a plastic tree."
I have to hear about this like every day.
I
of my
hate
life.
that one.
Well, the funny thing about the 5 o'clock thing, it actually
Yeah.
doesn't apply to me because I work for myself.
Yeah.
So it's not like I have a 9 to
Oh
5.
yeah, dude.
So I'm
Drink
like, it's
whenever.
12 o'clock
Been
somewhere.
meaning to talk to you about your drinking, actually. So
It's 9:32 in the morning
This is-
somewhere.
we
Yeah.
have your
Yeah.
family coming up in here in a little bit. This is actually a staged intervention.
Ah,
Yeah,
nice.
I'm smelling,
So,
smelling the booze from you, dude. Like,
I go where the beer is and where the meetings take me. So
Yeah.
sometimes that's at noon.
yeah, that's the thing, dude. If you go to meetings with beer companies, they're like, "You want a beer?" And you're like,
Yeah.
I know it's like 11 in the morning, but yeah, why not?"
Yeah, it's a social thing. It's just a natural thing. They have good beer and they want to
Mhm.
share it with you.
And you don't want to insult them.
Exactly.
When we were doing our show, we started doing this show at the AC Lounge.
Yeah.
And I went in there for a meeting, and it was like 11:30.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, make us 2 Moscow Mules." And I'm like, "All right, I guess
That's a
it's
good-
that, I
that's a
guess
good
it's that
morning
kind of
drink.
meeting. Let's do this."
Yeah, you can't really
know?
say, no, I'm good. I mean, they're like,
Yeah.
what? It's
I'm
free.
like wearing like my nice shirt, you
Yeah.
know, like
you have
not
nice
showing-
shirts.
Yeah, I never wear them, only in meetings. I was
Oh.
like,
I don't
So
think I've ever seen you with shirts with sleeves.
Exactly. I was gonna say your nice shirts just have the sleeves sort of cut off.
yeah, I know, I'm hiding. I have like my hair tucked back. Actually, no.
No, his nice shirts, they're just zip-on sleeves. So he just adds them to his things.
Zip.
Rad.
Yeah, someone came up to me when we played. D-Lod played Soma, and this dude is a good friend of the family. He came up and he's like, "So at your house, do you just have like a box where like all your sleeves live?" And I'm like, "No," but that's
Nice
funny
thought.
though.
Yeah,
Nice thought.
that's adorable.
So yeah, dude, like, actually, I kind of wanted to. I'm glad you mentioned the whole video game thing. Like, I wanted to hear more about that. Like, so how'd you start doing game designing? Was it passion first, or did you just go where like the money was, or?
I think it was a
Little bit of
natural
both?
thing because when I was 3 years old, I had an Atari 2600. So I was always into video games growing up. And in fact, there's a story where I think I was 3 or 4, don't exactly remember, but I remember my Atari just going off, like it just turned off. So I was like, oh, what's up? What's up with my Atari? I was playing Centipede or something.
Yeah.
And so I look and, you know, I see the plug and I shake it and, you know, pull it out and still not turning on, you know, I tried everything. So I go grab a nice butter knife, go look in it, just jab it into the socket, and I electrified myself. And I didn't like cry or anything. I remember just being in shock.
What a rush!
And I walked to my mom, and my hair was like a little smoky, and I was kind of like little blackened, smoky fingers.
Whoa.
And she was like freaking
got a
out.
good one.
I was like, Mom, my Atari didn't work. It didn't turn on. And she's like, oh my God. And I don't know what caused it to go out, but I eventually got it back on. But I was like that hardcore about wanting to keep playing Atari.
Yeah.
Start jamming
You start
silverware and
stabbing
sockets.
stuff with butter knives.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so yeah, I just played video games early on, and Nintendo, Super Nintendo,
course.
you know, it was a Jaguar.
So Atari was your first system?
Oh yeah, Atari.
Did you play Pitfall?
Pitfall, Joust,
Dude,
Galaga.
I always forget about Joust.
Joust is
Joust is a
rad,
good
dude.
one,
Yeah,
man.
all the
Really
old school
frustrating
stuff.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's little segue. So do you know like Google right now? If you go on the maps, you can play Pac-Man.
I
Yeah.
heard that. I heard that.
So I was
Yeah.
playing today. I was like a little addicted. I was like, oh, this is cool. Playing on 30th Street, like going down, like I'm collecting all the beer. Toot, 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 toot.
That's pretty awesome.
It was pretty fun. But yeah, out of high school, I got into what they call modding, and modding is basically,
Hell yeah.
you know, they ship the software, they ship the game, and they give you the tools. And my first mod was using, I think it was Doom
Oh, right on.
software. But really, for me, what got me into it was Half-Life, the Unreal Engine.
Of course.
And I just started modding levels, learning how to make levels. Back then, there's like IRC chat channels. You jump on, ask questions. People help you out or they don't, so you got to figure it out on your own. And I got so into that at the time. I was going to Southwestern College, just taking like a little graphic art, a little painting, drawing. Like those are my first like physical medium, kind of playing around.
Yeah.
And I just was more hyped to go home and then just continue to mod levels. And I got so into it that I proposed to my mom that I would leave school to go pursue a job in the game industry. So I gave myself 2 months to build a portfolio and a resume to then apply. And if I didn't do it in 2 months, then I promised her that I would go back to school. So I stuck myself in a room night and day. Like my mom would bring me meals because I just didn't want to leave. I was just so into it.
That's intense, dude.
So in like 5 or 6 weeks, I applied and I got a full-time game job out in Tucson. So I just
Where'd you work?
it was called Running with Scissors. They did
What
an
did they
old
make?
game called Postal 2.
Remember
It was
Heard of Postal too.
it was a pretty shitty game. To be frank, I mean, it was just I was 21. And
You
it
were
was my
just
first
stoked to
job.
be
I was
there.
stoked. First
Yeah.
time I was going to go away from San Diego for my family.
Yeah.
And I took it and then rocked that industry for about 10 years because I really enjoyed it.
Where else did you work from there?
From there, let's see, Running with Scissors, and then I went to Newport Beach. There was a company called The Collective, and they at the time they made a game called it was Indiana Jones and Buffy, the Vampire
Oh,
Slayer
dude, is that
game.
Indiana Jones and the Search for Atlantis?
No, it had some other subtitle. I can't remember right now, but it was like the main Indiana Jones at the time.
There was like,
That one was for like Xbox and PS2 and
Exactly.
stuff? I remember playing that
Yeah.
game, yeah.
dude.
But Buffy
what
was
it?
Buffy was the one that really got them like on the map.
Yeah.
Really
'Cause
high quality.
I played those Indiana Jones games. There's one for PC that was Search for Atlantis. There's one I think that was called like King Tut's Tomb or something like that.
Yeah, it wasn't those.
And then
I should know this.
I think there's three. There's three, right? I think there's three Indiana because they did a trilogy just like how they did with.
Well, the one the
movies.
company made, they only made one, so I don't know if they were all
Oh, okay.
connected. But
Interesting.
yeah, so that company was a company that I worked for 4 years, and it was the first time that I actually was on a game for 2.5 years from start to finish.
Dang.
And we did a game for Mark Echo at the time. It was called Getting Up. It was like a graph-related game. and I was a lead level designer on that, and that was an amazing time because we flew to New York. We did a lot of research. We'd take pictures. We'd go like in the actual subway tunnels and, like hug walls while trains go by.
Dang.
And just to take pictures and kind of get the experience. And we went through like, Brooklyn, like through all the 5 boroughs, just with like a chauffeur, like a dude that was known that, they wouldn't touch us because we were kind of doing research. I mean, we went to some sketch places, tops of projects, like 8, 10-story projects. You had to walk all the way through and then get on the rooftop. But it was great. Basically, I left because I got burnt. I was working mad hours, like on that Mark Echo game. I was working towards the tail end, 90 to 100 hours a week.
Dang.
A few months on end. I was managing a team of 7 designers, and it just needed to be done. We had strict deadlines. Game got pushed up a little bit, so it was like even harder deadlines, and I just needed a change of pace. So.
Yeah.
Wow, man. That's intense, man.
Do you ever think about developing something on your own?
Well, actually, after I left games and in between Craft Beard and when I left games, so I was doing graphic design stuff with the 8-Bit Chicken, but I also was working. I went like that, like there's someone behind me. No, I was working on a game with my buddy. It was just an iPhone game.
Yeah.
And it was based off of his concept. It was like a cool little color coordinating pocket game, like a puzzle pocket game. You like slide chips, and it was all time based, and it was pretty cool. So we did that out of Starbucks in Mission Valley, working on it every day, like 14 hours a day, and we made a game in 6 weeks, and put it out there, and it sold 0. You get with apps, like especially a few years ago, everyone's like, oh, you make an app, you just put it out there and you're making thousands a day. And it's not like that at all. It's actually really, really hard to make anything that people will be addicted to and that are going to purchase, even if it's $1. People aren't going to drop $1 these days. So when we put that out there, and we got excited because we accomplished something, and then we were like looking at the numbers, and our smiley faces are slowly kind of going down, and like it wasn't selling, but we did it, and more experience under our belt. And
does it still exist? Is it still out there on the store?
It exists if my friend renewed the license to keep it up there. But it's called Flickem, so it's Flick and then EM Flickem.
Okay.
So if it's out there, it'd be called that. If it's
Go
not,
check out Flickem.
Yeah. Go spend $1, everyone.
get us some downloads.
Yeah. Don't be cheap, you guys. Come on.
But I mean, sometimes I think about making games again, but I'm really in a good spot with Craft Beard, and I just really, really, really love it.
Yeah, and I feel like your artistic self can express what you want to, doing all the stuff that you do.
Yeah, exactly.
You could almost make a Craft Beard, use it as a marketing way, like make a Craft Beard mini game or something like that. Like you have to have the little pour thing. You have to pour a certain amount of beers. Yes, tap.
Yeah, it's tough.
You can call it double tap, dude.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah,
That'd be rad.
double entendre.
I'd buy it.
Yeah,
Apps
buy it
are a
for
pain
sure.
in the ass to make. It's not easy
Seems
at all.
like it.
Even a basic one. There's so many rules you have to follow. There's so many, like Apple regulations, and it's a really pain in the ass. So I probably wouldn't do that.
When we I got a very small, tiny, minute taste of that last year when in October when I put out my EP. It took I think 6 times for me to upload the artwork for my EP because it just, and that's just artwork. Like
it would
the
get
EP was
rejected or
fine,
something?
the songs were fine, and it was Apple talking to the label, which talking to me, and it just went back and forth, and forth. Oh, we can't have this. Oh, we can't have this. Oh,
like what kind of stuff could you not have?
Money symbols. The original artwork. There was. Oh, you've seen the T-shirt. Have you seen my T-shirts at all? Or have you seen my T-shirts?
I've seen your T-shirts. Yeah.
So it's like a comic book,
Yeah.
and there's a version of me fighting this giant lizard.
Oh, you have it on your
dragon thing.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it.
And so it was that, and it's a comic book, so it had 50 cents, and there's a cent symbol, and then there's all stuff, and so they said, oh, we can't have money.
Yeah.
So we took out the number, so we replaced the number with a question mark, but kept the cents, just
Right.
because we were really trying to push across the idea. It's a comic book,
Yeah.
kind of thing. And that didn't work, so we had to take out everything. Like, we couldn't have the sense symbol, anything. We had a little thing that said poster inside at the bottom.
Right.
We couldn't have that because they said they couldn't accept the poster inside logo, so we had to take that out. We replaced it with, like, POW. We put POW with an exclamation mark instead of poster inside.
Yeah, there's
And
all
it was
these
crazy.
little things.
It was I think, like 3 weeks of emailing back and forth. Like, they just kept rejecting the artwork and stuff. And I was like, man, like, this is crazy. So I can't even imagine what making an app is like.
And they update,
oh my goodness.
They update things as you go. So as you think things are locked down, like you get an update from Apple's like, oh, now you can't do these things. You have to go back, and it's
man.
up until like the very last minute where you submit, like final submit, then you're in the clear.
What's Google Play like? I mean, was it only available on
We did
Apple
it
App
for
Store?
iOS and Android. And the
Is Google-
software that we were using at the time made it kind of easy to kind of do a multi-platform.
Yeah.
So I am the designer. I'm not the programmer, which my friend Joe was. So he would just tell me what kind of art to make, and I would just make it. So I don't really know like the technicalities other than there are 2 sets of rules, though, for sure.
Yeah.
Different resolutions of phones, like, you know, Android has all kinds of phones out there, all these resolutions, whereas Apple at the time had like 2. And it was easier to make stuff for Apple, so we submitted that first. And
What
then,
year was that when you were making that app?
that was 2011.
Cool, man.
Yeah, 2011.
Very cool.
Yeah, so that seems like so long ago. That's 4 years ago.
Yeah.
That was
Do you
a
ever
long time
feel?
ago.
Do you ever feel like if you hadn't have become a video game developer, that you would have eventually started Craft Beard anyways? Or do you feel like that was something you had to go through to get to Craft Beard?
It's always hard to answer those. I mean, you can always say what if, but I think my entire life has led me to where I'm at now. If I would have shifted
destiny,
something
bro.
else, yeah, for sure. I mean,
That's rad.
like even my girl, like we just got married a few weeks ago.
Congratulations,
Oh, thanks,
dude.
man. Thank you.
Dude, so much stuff to celebrate today. It's rad.
But yeah, I mean, like if anything in the past changed a little bit, I may have never met Amy. If anything changed, I may have never created Craft Beard. So I am down for what I did in the past that led me here.
I'm a firm believer in that too.
Yeah.
You know, like it's sometimes stuff you go through in life just doesn't really make sense or add up, and you're just like, what the heck? I'm like wasting
Especially
my
at the time, yeah.
Yeah, you know. But then you look back, you're like, wow, like I didn't realize how much I was learning at
Yeah.
that point. You know, just everything just seemed like a big drag. But now, like looking back, it's like, oh, I know how to handle this situation now. Like I've done this before. You
And
know,
it takes
so.
a certain person to like, look at it as an experience, even if it was a shitty one.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, at the time you're like, I don't get it. I don't know what's going on, or you're getting depressed. But if you can like build from that, then you just keep moving and just keep going. It's just
It strengthings you.
Exactly. Yeah,
So-
we're getting deep.
We are getting deep, man.
Deep,
Getting
I
deep
know.
on the D-Lodge show.
I'm gonna meditate for a second. No, I'm just
Mm.
kidding.
cool, man.
So how has Craft Beard grown over the couple years that you've been doing it now?
It's
Like, how big is it now? How many designs do you have? Are you guys selling a whole buttload of stuff?
I mean, 2 years in, we have a lot of different products now. We talked about earlier, I started with just the San Diego Beer Matrix, which is one design. And from that, I just kept building more designs. In that first year, I got crazy. I just was like, I want to pump them out. And then the second year, going into the second year, I kind of slowed things down a little bit, focused a little bit more on exactly what I wanted to do, where I wanted to take
Got a little
the
pickier.
Craft Beard Company. And so like this year, for example, I'm doing more experiments with other things that are not apparel and artwork, which is what the foundation of the company was. Things that may have been no-brainers, like why didn't I do it before, like glassware.
glasses, dude.
Yeah,
I
I just barely released those in January. Thanks, man. And
I gotta get a couple of those.
I really like them. And people ask me before glassware, but I didn't want to do everything that wasn't outside of apparel because that was safe for me.
Yeah.
So this year, I did the glassware, released those in January. Then I did like little wood prints that you can put on your desk. They have
I
like
saw
little
those too. Those are cool.
kickstands on it. People wouldn't think to make that be your art, but it's an experiment that I did. And
it's a cool logo too. I was gonna say, did you design the logo yourself? I mean, it's just
Do you design everything for Craft Beard?
everything.
It's
Nice.
just so
Yeah.
cool. I mean,
Thanks.
there's just this, some stuff just has that cool element. Like you look
Yeah.
at it, you're like, dude, like that's I think that's just marketing. I
Well,
mean,
one
it's
day I'm gonna
amazing,
release
dude.
like the early sketches of how it transformed into what it is
That'd be
now.
cool.
It's pretty funny. It was like a little too much stash, a little too much glass before, and this was like a good balance of both. But yeah, I mean, so yeah, glassware, wood art, and then I'm gonna release coasters soon. So all my artwork's gonna be on a bunch of different coasters, and that's pretty
Nice.
cool.
Very cool. Are
Um,
you gonna drop those off to like breweries and stuff like that, or just hand them out at like different like bars and whatnot? or-
not so much because they're actual coasters. They're not like my
like
business card
wood. Okay,
coasters.
gotcha,
Yeah, like these coasters here are like my business card.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
But the ones that I'm getting, that'd be like throwing away money. It's
yeah.
like-
Yeah.
so these are things that people can buy.
They'll be built to last and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I have, I don't know, maybe 20 different designs that I've done within the last couple years. And some of those are just collaborations with other breweries or beer bars or
Yeah.
So cool.
things like that. So I want to take it as far as it can go as long as the product makes sense for the art.
Yeah.
I'm not just trying to slap on, crappy art on something to sell a shirt. Like if you look at my shirt quality, like I use next level shirts, like they're blends, they're really soft to the hand. Like the inks are water based and they get even softer when you wash them. Like I cut out the label, throw a back tag logo. Like a lot
so
goes into
cool,
the
man.
shirt. It's not like here's a logo, let me just slap it on and buy the shirt.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to learn and get better.
How much do you sell your shirts?
Shirts
for?
are 25.
Cool, man.
That's
Awesome.
not bad at all,
Good
yeah.
price too.
Pretty good, solid price.
Yeah.
And pricing in itself is kind of a pain in the butt when you're starting it, when you get started, and
Yeah.
you figure it out though.
That's awesome, man. Well, I think you're so far ahead of the game, man. I mean, it's one of those things that when you think about it, you're like, oh, that makes so much sense why someone would have like a company like Craft Beard. But I mean, here you are doing it
Yeah.
ahead of the game, and I mean, especially in San Diego, you're in the perfect place for it.
Yep.
Because I mean, craft beer is just huge right now, and
I don't know of a lot of companies that do craft beer based art either. Like you
that's
see,
what I mean. Yeah, I mean,
there's
that's-
like Carl Strauss does the what is it, like the Wham or Bam, something like that.
Which
It's
I
like
was a
beer-
part of
beer
last-
art music,
yeah.
those things. Yeah, I think that's where I first saw the Beer Matrix art.
Oh, okay.
At one in their tasting room in like Bayho, and they have events like that, and there's obviously companies doing this stuff. But yours, for example, has like the video game edge, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And
thinking
lot of-
outside the box, man.
exactly,
You know?
exactly. And a lot of it's like not that striking too. Like, it's cool that there's companies doing this stuff, but I don't know. It seems like a lot of people are just slapping stuff on stuff because it's like trendy or hip or whatever.
Yeah. And to be
Yeah.
honest, I mean, it's a lot of like regurgitated art. It's the same, like you see the girl, like real women love craft beer, and it's just like, who owns that? Who
Yeah.
started that? I see that everywhere.
Yeah.
And there's designs that I'm sure you've seen. There's one which is really clever, but then I started seeing it everywhere because it was just copied. It was like was it a bear with deer horns, and they call it beer? So it's like a mixture of a bear and
Yeah,
a deer.
I've seen
Yeah.
When I first saw that, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Now I see it everywhere, but it's not the same company. So now I'm like,
Wow.
who started that?
Yeah.
Which is why I copyright pretty much everything I do, trademark
smart
everything I
man.
do. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of just generic stuff.
Double tap, dude. Just your shirt, like
Yeah.
that shirt. I mean, there's a reason why you're saying that shirt just blew up and sold out because I mean that's just like there's too many jokes in there. There's just too many
exactly,
jokes in there. You
right.
could go all day.
So I try to get as creative as I can, and sometimes I'm more excited about others. Just I'm like, oh, that one's like you saw my drink local design.
Yeah.
It's like turning Cali into a tap handle.
Yeah.
And it's drink local, like unifying all of California instead of just throwing California outline, say drink local.
That's what
you
I'm
know?
saying. There's so much meat in your art, man. It's
Yeah.
like it's not just bland. Dude, there's so much creativity and so much passion and stuff.
And
oh,
it's
man, it's rad.
inspired by all the great beer that I drink and the people that I meet. I mean, it's as much as I love their craft beer, like the quality they put into it, it's like I almost can't let them down.
Yeah.
I got to outwit myself. I got to be, creative, stay fresh, and just keep rolling with it.
So who's been like a homie of yours so far? Like who's been some of the breweries that have like really just taken a liking to you and allowed you to promote your stuff or come do events with them or?
Honestly, when I released the Matrix, pretty much everyone was just, had open arms. But there are a few breweries that really either bought stuff and hung it up in their brewery, which is really humbling.
Oh yeah.
And that's a sign of, hey, we really support you, and that's
Yeah.
cool. And then there's, others that will share my stuff when I post it and like it.
Cool, man.
But like Society has always been really huge
Society's
supporter.
rad, man. I'm gonna be there on the 2nd of May because I'm playing Free Comic Book Day because Southern
Oh,
California
sweet.
Comics is right next.
Yeah.
Right next door.
Yeah.
Welcome to come out, man. If you want
Nice.
to bring your stuff, I'll ask if you want to come set up. I don't know
Cool.
what you're doing for Free Comic
I
Book
think
Day.
I might be out of town for an event, but
Okay.
we can chit chat.
Yeah, for sure, man.
But yeah, Society, Hess also is another big one. Acoustic Ales, they've been
Nice.
an awesome supporter. I'll do pop-ups there. In fact, when I made a custom Acoustic Ales print for them, the owner Tommaso, he bought huge like wood print that I made. It was like the biggest wood print that I've ever done. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of breweries out there. Culture's another one that's just been supportive.
I was gonna say, I mean, they have that whole art, wall. If you go to the one in Solana Beach, they have that, that
Yeah.
you can redo and put up your art on the wall.
Yeah,
and
so I was
everything.
the second artist to be a part of that when they first
That is
started
awesome.
it.
man.
Nice.
Yeah, so they just, certain breweries just reach out, and it's really cool, and then I help do my part to promote them and send people to those breweries. I mean, when I make collaborative art, like I did one for Fathom, which is like a beer bar, little bait and tackle spot out in Shelter Island.
Yeah.
It's, it's like crossway promotion where people are like, oh, where's Fathom? What is Fathom? And I'll tell them about it, tell them where it's at, and hopefully he gets, foot traffic from that. So
Cool.
as much as they support me, I'm right there to try to support them. So
That's awesome, dude.
yeah.
Right
what
on,
have you been drinking on recently?
IPAs are always my thing.
Yeah.
It's
Refreshing,
just
dude.
hoppy beers,
Mhm.
even hoppy pales. I mean, that's just always my go-to. Outside of that, right now, it's pretty much it's just IPAs, to be honest. But
So like 10 years ago, you were screwed because that didn't exist here.
10 years ago, I really wasn't into craft beer, so I was screwed on many more ways than one. But
Yeah.
yeah, back then was just all the crappy beer that I don't like to drink now.
Yeah.
But if not IPAs, it's stouts and porters or browns I like.
Nice.
So
Yeah, that's the kick I've been on recently is the porters and browns.
yeah, I seem to drink those at night.
Yeah.
IPAs are good like daytime to leading up to night.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, dude.
There you go.
What's your beer right now? Like, if we went to your house and raided your fridge, what would you be drinking?
I think I drank all my beer, to be honest. But let's see. If it was filled, like if I walked down to Vine and Vine right here, which you guys know about the bottle shop right
Oh, yeah.
there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I would probably buy Ponto. I always have like Ponto in the fridge.
Ponto?
I don't know that one.
Ponto, it's a pizza port. They call it their Session IPA.
Okay. Oh, wait.
Really
I've
good.
Definitely had that
It's
one.
like
then.
5%-ish.
Yeah.
I really like some of the Modern Times newer stuff. Like a
Mhm.
Blue
I love
Monroe.
Wait,
Modern
is
Times,
Ponto
dude.
different from the SIPA?
That's the same.
That's the same thing? Okay.
Ponto's the name.
Yeah.
SIPA is like the descriptor.
Okay. I drink the hell out of that one then, yeah.
And then what else do I drink? I drink like grapefruit sculpin. I really like
Mhm.
that.
It's a solid one.
What else do I like?
You like Chronic Ale, I imagine, from Pizza Port?
Chronic's not my favorite of the canned
It's
beer.
so drinkable, though, man. I love
Ponto to me is more drinkable. I mean, it all
Okay.
depends on what you like.
it. Yeah, absolutely.
Swami's I prefer Swami's over
Okay.
Chronic.
Yeah.
I think you just like saying Chronic, but
Why does everyone
That's
think
what
I'm
I
a
wa-
stoner,
That's
dude?
what I always say.
Nobody. I used to like get asked once or twice a week, every week, dude, are you stoned right now? By strangers,
yeah.
and I'd be like, no. And there was a long period of my life where I didn't even smoke weed at all, and I do occasionally now, but I'm never ever stoned when people ask if I'm stoned, and it bugs me
Maybe
so much.
because you keep saying it's 5 o'clock somewhere. It sounds stoned.
It's 4:20 somewhere, dude.
There you go.
420 somewhere, bro.
Yeah.
Korea, maybe.
Yeah, Korea maybe. Good one.
I'm drinking Victory at Sea right now. Victory at
That
Sea
is a good one.
I love
That's a
Victory
super
at
good
Sea.
one.
Yeah.
Ballast Point makes some
It's
solid.
a little
beers.
hard to find. It's not like impossible to find, but it's a
Yeah.
little hard to find in like stores and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Well,
But,
it's cool that they have they have a few locations. You go pick it up direct. Homebrew Mart, Little Italy,
Yeah.
which is a rad spot.
Totally.
Yeah, dude.
Good food too.
So, what are some of your favorite spots to chill at brewery-wise in town?
Hamilton's is always my go-to.
Hamilton's,
That's so
dude.
packed always, though. When I had my crutch, I was like, oh yeah, let's go to Hamilton's. This will be fun. And I took one step in there, and I was like, why did I?
Did you go
this
on a
is
Saturday?
So stupid. I went on a Thursday night actually,
Okay.
so it shouldn't have even been like insanely busy, but it was.
Yeah,
That place
I've been
pops
going to
off,
Hamilton's for a while, and you know, the
And-
crowded thing comes up with people when I tell them about Hamilton's.
Yeah. I don't care if I'm able-bodied, but when
Yeah.
my knee is broken and I'm like crutching around, it sucks.
Oh yeah, a lot of things I'm sure suck, but yeah, I mean, as long as I
Pooping,
find a
Let's be
seat at the
real.
bar, then I don't really care what's going on behind me. I
Yeah,
mean, I make a
exactly.
point to sit at the bar.
And you're a big dude too. You can just take up space.
Yeah,
You just like
muscle
push people
people
out of
Do
the
your
way.
thing, man.
Just
I'm
like
here.
beard smack them.
You got a fist under that, I bet, right?
Right? I got a bunch of like other things
I'm
in
from
there.
Craft Beard, fool.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hamilton's.
What's the place that opened right next door to Hamilton's? There's a new spot right there.
Oh, it's South Park Brewing Company.
Yeah.
Which is from the same owner.
Yeah, I have yet to check that out, but
Yeah.
it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's the same brewer from Monkey Paw, which is another one of my good
Monkey
spots.
Paw,
I go to
yeah.
Monkey Paw.
Cosmos, the breweries.
I live 2
Badass.
blocks away from Monkey Paw. I'm there all the time.
Yeah. So I used to live in Golden Hill before I lived
Mhm.
right here in North Park, and I just walked down the hill to Monkey.
Yeah.
I was actually in the middle of walking distance between Hamilton's and Monkey Paw, so it's like flip a coin. Which one am I going to today? You know, first world problems for sure.
So I don't know. Not all of our viewers are obviously in San Diego, and it's kind of like you kind of have to experience it firsthand, like the amount of craft beer that is happening in San Diego. Like you hear, I don't know, you maybe hear that San Diego is like a mecca for craft beer, but when you get here, it's amazing. Like every section of town has multiple craft breweries, the brew pubs, and there's something different at every spot.
Yeah.
I
And
was
it's
meeting
just- it's
people from
insane,
France
dude.
and Germany during SD Beer Week. Actually,
So people know about it then.
they were
it's-
coming. They were coming to San Diego specifically for San Diego Beer Week. Like
Yep.
they had
Yeah.
rented hotels and stuff. I met
Dude.
2 dudes from France.
Man,
him
that's-
and his partner, and I met a dude from Germany, and he brought 3 friends, and they work for some beer magazine out in Germany, and they
Mhm.
came for San Diego Beer Week.
Dude, that says a lot too, because Germans
That's
are
insane.
very picky.
Yeah,
And they're like have very high standards
very
with
nice.
everything.
they're very,
They're
very
nice?
Yeah.
Germans
The
are
game
No,
might
I mean-
change though because Stone's building a brewery out there, and
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
trying to,
Oh, it's really
Exactly.
trying to
I didn't know that.
mix some things up. But I mean, they make good craft beers, so it's only natural if you like beer, even if you're in Germany, that you're gonna like something from.
Yeah.
And they
Stone.
even typically like different types of beer in Germany. They like lighter, like pilsners
Yeah, it's
and
like
lagers
one
and
predominant
stuff like
style. Exactly.
that. So I don't know how IPAs. I mean, Stone is famous for its kick you in the boo boo IPAs.
Right.
So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah,
But it-
Magneto in X-Men First Class. He's drinking like a Belgium ale when
Yeah.
he goes into the bar.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That's very perceptive.
And then in,
Sorry, I just had to like sneak that in there somehow.
oh, what's the movie? There's a Seth Rogen, James Franco. Is it the End of the World one? What is that movie called?
This is the end.
This is the end. They're drinking like Stone IPAs in that.
Oh,
movie.
yeah, I saw
Oh,
that.
really?
And I was
That's
like,
funny.
wow, seeing it in theaters, and you're like, wow, the
Nice.
whole world is gonna watch this movie, and we got a San Diego brewery getting repped in this.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I think
super
they're
cool.
moved up now, so they're number 9. They just released a new top 50 craft in
That's
the
crazy,
U.S.
man.
and there were
Mm.
10 last year. Now they're 9.
I was
Nice.
wearing Stone T-shirts just because they had like the arrogant bastard logo. and,
Yeah.
Like before I
The
even drank
gargoyle,
beer, I just thought it was
It's
cool.
the gargoyle with the
Yeah.
helmet and the beer. It's
That's
pretty
part
cool.
of it. You
Like
gotta-
you're not you're not
Yeah, you're not
worthy, you
worthy.
know. Like I had that sweatshirt.
Make
as,
a
like,
good product
teenager.
and make it cool, which is what Craft Beard is doing.
Thanks, man.
So that's rad, dude.
That's right, man.
But anyways, people that aren't in San Diego, come visit San Diego and enjoy the copious amount of amazing beers we have here.
Lots.
You
Twitter
wanna get,
questions?
Want to get to some Twitter questions?
Oh, you're chomping at the bit to do Twitter questions. It's always me, like, come on,
I always
Twitter,
get it on his
Twitter.
case because it's always like, are we gonna do the Twitter questions yet?
Yeah.
Huh? Huh?
You want me to
It's
do
like
'em?
his favorite part. Yeah, since you're always like
Okay.
so stoked.
From at Madison Golden, do you have any of your merch available in stores?
So I mostly sell online and
Mhm.
I do events, but I do have a store that is like a mishmash of a bunch of local artisans. It's called Simply Local.
Okay.
They have one out in Seaport, but the one that I'm a part of is off University in North Park. So it's just doors down from
Where
Bottlecraft.
at on? Oh, okay. Next
Yeah,
to
so
Bottlecraft.
University 30th-ish.
Mhm.
So I sell quite a few of my shirts there, some artwork. I have my glassware there.
Yeah.
So and I keep things fresh. I rotate out a lot of stuff. But that's the only place you can get my stuff like that. You can get glassware at Vine and Vine.
Mhm.
And then Brothers Provisions, which is in Rancho Bernardo, you can buy my glassware as well.
Nice.
What's it called?
Brothers Provisions.
Brothers
it's like a
Provisions.
cheese sandwich restaurant slash, they have a bunch of craft beers on tap.
Cool.
It's
Very
a cool
cool.
place.
Very tight.
This looks like a typo from Gabe here, but Bin Fajar Martha. That's a
I'm-
clash of different cultures
I-
in your name there, Bin Fajar Martha. Who designs your shirts? I want to video game one. that you, Gabe, or is
Dude.
that Ben Fajar?
Okay, I think I know what's going on now. I think it's correcting my stuff because I want the video game.
WordPad is correcting. It's
Yeah.
auto-correcting you.
Yeah,
We're using WordPad, by the way, on this. It's not even
WordPad.
It's not even Word like Microsoft Word. Man, get some Microsoft Word on this bad boy, dude. All right, so who designs your shirts? I want to video game one.
We kind of already answered that question.
I dare you to
So
answer
I
that.
design all the art, everything.
Yeah.
And as far as the double tap one, you can just go to craftbeard.com. It's craft, then BEERD.com.
Okay.
Have green and blue available. Get the blue because I won't be remaking it in blue. It's just green.
Gotcha. So that's like
Whoa.
limited
Yeah, I
release.
try to
Limited
just. I might
edition.
throw a different colorway in there. I'm not sure.
Mhm.
I don't know what this crazy brain's gonna do.
I feel ya. Do you just do T-shirts, or do you like tank tops and hoodies and that kind of stuff?
I do
too?
tank tops. The one I've been playing with is the Drink Local tank top.
I'm real into tank tops.
Yeah, so they
I've
sell them
never
at.
seen you wear a tank top.
I like the concept of tank tops.
You like the idea of tank tops?
I do. I just don't have enough of them to like wear them all the time. I have one that I wear all the time, but
I'm a skinny dork and I wear tank tops.
no, you wear sleeveless shirts. That's different.
Dude, this is a tank top, isn't it?
Yeah, that's official
that's a-
tank top.
That's a tank
yeah,
top.
it's a tank top.
Yeah, I
Don't
guess.
try to out-fashion
Right.
me, Dan Brozo.
Right. Okay, moving along. Thank you, Ben Fajar Martha, for that.
I swear that's his or her name.
Ben Fajar that's like, I don't know. You're like Middle Eastern, but also like a housewife from the 50s. Ben Fajar. Okay, never mind. So this one is from Nico JJS. How often do you do events, and are you strictly based out of San Diego?
I do events as often as I can.
You said you did like 63 this last
No,
year.
he's seen more than that.
Yeah, it was like 65-ish, and that number comes from official events
Yeah.
that I sign up for and travel to,
Yeah.
or just pop and
That's
pop-ups.
more than one a week. That is insane.
Sometimes I'll do like just back to back on Saturday, Sunday. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
like 3 days. Like
Oy.
Del Mar, that's coming up. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it's like all day, every day.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you got to be out there repping.
Is
it.
that the Del
Yeah.
Sol thing? Or?
No, it's the Del Mar International Beer Festival.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
So now I forgot the question.
How
Are you-
often do you do
Oh,
events,
yeah.
and are you based out of San Diego only?
Okay, yeah. So I do events all the time. As far as San Diego, I do events everywhere
Mm-hmm.
as much as I can, especially this year. I'm going to Portland next month, or now it's this month, yeah, in April.
Yeah.
And that'll be my first time I'm out of state doing
Nice,
events,
dude.
selling stuff. So I'll be up there for about a week.
Okay.
But I do stuff all throughout California, San Luis Obispo, LA,
Go to the Mississippi Pizza Room in Portland.
Mississippi Pizza. I'll add that to
Yeah.
my list. Nice.
Yeah, check out the Mississippi Pizza Room. Awesome pizza. You can get a pitcher of beer for how much? $6.
Dang, $6 for a pitcher?
Wait,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
a pitcher? Whoa.
Oh yeah. No sales tax too.
That's crazy.
Yeah, go
Alright.
check it out, man.
That sounds right.
But one more piece to add, as far as events, you can go to my website and there's a newsletter, and I generally blast out which events I'm going to be
Mhm.
at. So
do you notice like other markets that are kind of up and coming because you're doing these events, like other places in California that kind of jumping on the craft beer train?
you know,
Obviously not as big as San Diego. Nothing's going to be as big as
as
this.
far as like an entire market, I mean,
Yeah.
Portland's always been awesome.
Okay.
LA is really pushing now. I mean, they have, I want to say 30-ish breweries. So
The
they're still.
brewery too is like really taking off
Wait,
there too.
LA only has 30 breweries? It's insane
I
to
wanna
hear
say
that,
that
because
around
LA is
30.
giant and
Yeah.
could possibly only have 30 breweries.
I mean, there might be
San
30,
Diego's-
35, but I'm guessing.
San Diego's
around.
like a third the size of LA and has like what, like 60
Yeah.
plus, maybe like 70.
We just
something
hit
brew-
101 official breweries.
That's insane.
So,
See, I
yeah.
even underestimated the hell out of it. 101 breweries is like,
Yeah, no, it's nuts. But yeah, San
Dude.
Francisco's another good market.
yeah.
You know, scene, and then like Austin, and there's a bunch of other ones.
You know
but
what'd be really funny is like that one guy who's like not on the list yet, and he's just like, God, it's 102, you know, or something
Yeah.
like that. Sorry,
Why does he got to be
just
80 years
brew-
old?
Brewing in his
These
bathtub.
kids these days.
Listening through an ear horn. Like,
I just heard it's 101. Sorry, but
that guy's super out of touch anyway, though.
He shouldn't be opening a
shouldn't
brewery. Or
have a
anything.
brewery.
No, he doesn't.
screw him.
My cat's swimming in the barrels again.
Release my break my hip IPA or something.
Michael Coma's acting up red ale. Yeah.
I feel like that's a shirt.
That's a shirt.
I feel like that's a new shirt.
Everything's a
I
shirt.
broke my hip IPA.
Trademark.
I broke my HIPA.
Ah, I see. Nice.
Nice, Dan.
I need to have
So
me
clever,
intern for
Dan.
you. Okay, let's get to this last one from It's a Pink World. It's _a pink _world.
I'm not. Yeah, dude, I'll show you. On my
What?
phone.
He's doubting
No, I'm not
He's
doubting you at
doubting
all.
me.
I wanted to get
Gosh,
it's
dude.
_a pink _world.
We're a team. you know?
credit
There's,
due.
Yeah.
There's no trust.
No, that was not a trust issue. That was me giving it's _a pink
Whatever, bro.
_world the
Whatever,
credit they
man.
deserve.
Ask the question.
Anyways, do you have any ties with the fashion industry? I don't exactly know what that question means, but
I mean,
like,
It's a
did
pink
you have a
world?
foot in the door?
I'm guessing she does. It's a pink world. I don't know.
Oh, and she's like, "Well, I do, so let's."
What is
talk."
that?
I don't know. Isn't that the Victoria's Secret thing?
A
Right?
pink. It's a
Or
pink world.
pink? They wear pink,
Pink
on their
like
butts.
on.
I don't know if
Don't tell me you haven't noticed, Dan.
I don't look at butts.
I don't even look at.
Pink? I have no
I don't.
idea.
I don't see gender. Everyone's beautiful.
I mean, I'm totally assuming right now. I mean, it's a pink world. She.
I
could
guess
just
I'll have to
like
look
the
it,
that
color
up.
it could
pink.
be a dude too.
That's true.
Gosh, yeah,
do that
I
a
did
lot.
I
You
did this
assume.
last
You
week.
assume. To answer the question, I mean, I don't have any like fashion industry ties.
Yeah. You're not like in Milan on the catwalk and stuff wearing
No.
craft beer shirts.
No, I mean the extent of my fashion anything is I worked with Mark Echo on a totally unrelated fashion game, which is a video game. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know Ralph Lauren or, you know, who else is out there? I don't know.
No. Ralph Lauren.
A jean guy. I don't know.
Who's that dude that makes polo?
That was Ralph Lauren.
That's Ralph Lauren.
Polo
No.
Ralph Lauren. Yeah.
What? There you go. What about the
I don't know. I don't know anything about
Nordstrom's
fashion.
dude? Or not Nordstrom's.
Michael Nordstrom.
No. What is it? The guy who got in trouble because like, he said like homeless people shouldn't be wearing his clothes.
Oh. Wait. Yeah.
That's not the
Mr.
American
Producer.
Apparel, is it?
Who is that?
Yeah. Jesse. Jesse doesn't know.
Who's the guy that oh, Abercrombie and Fitch.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was trying to. You were the one that told me
Did
that.
you say Amber Crombie and Fitch?
Abercrombie?
Abercrombie.
Oh, like it's
Abercrombie.
oh, it's
That was
one name,
Amber.
right?
Amber Crombie, dude.
I was
It's Amber
saying
and Crombie.
because I thought it was beer related. You know,
It's a
like
brother-sister combo.
Abercrombie. Is it really Abercrombie?
Abercrombie and Fitch. Yeah.
Whatever, dude.
Yeah.
I have no ties with the fashion industry, so obviously.
Yeah.
But,
I like fashion. I mean,
yeah,
I like
fashion's cool.
I like wearing bright colored kicks.
Oh, for
maybe
sure.
she-
Dude, those are rad.
he
And
or
they
she
match your shirt too.
Yeah, I try to color coordinate.
Yeah,
with
he's
them.
hinting
he's got
something.
ties to the fashion industry. Look what he's doing here. He's all coordinated and stuff.
Maybe they're
Double tap.
hinting at something like.
Like, do you want to work?
I mean, I'm
together?
open for any connections or whatever. I mean, I'm
Hit him up. It's a
wide
pink
open.
world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
let's talk.
Speaking of which, give all your plugs, man. Where can we find you on the web, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that kind of
So
stuff?
Instagram is like my favorite social medium. It's
Instagram's
just
sick.
craft beard, craft and then BEERD.
Super easy to find.
Wait, how do you spell it?
Craft beard
So BEERD.
So it's a play
Okay.
off of beard.
Gotcha.
Actually,
Yeah.
don't know if you guys know this or not. You might, because I don't know if you like pay attention to this stuff. But when I was looking you up, I typed in craft and B, and you were the third thing that came up.
Nice.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's pretty
Craft B, third
Yeah.
thing comes up, man.
good. It's pretty good.
So
Tight.
Nice.
Getting that SEO going.
yeah.
Mm.
Organic SEO.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Twitter is craft beard SD because someone snaked craft beard and they
Sure.
don't use it, so I couldn't get it.
Wow.
But it's all good. Represent SD in there.
Yeah. Heck
Yeah.
yeah.
And then website is just craftbeard.com. That's like the main mothership portal.
Yeah.
And then what else is out there? Facebook, craftbeard /
Awesome.
craftbeard.
All super easy to find.
Yep.
Good.
Is that all of them? Twitter, Facebook, Instagram?
Google
Dude, I'm so
Plus,
bad at this game.
I don't use Google
Bing.
Plus.
I don't know.
Bing.
Like
Google.
Bing me.
I don't know. LinkedIn. Like
Smoke signals.
Smoke signals.
Tumblr.
Tumblr.
I have thought about using a Tumblr, but
Yeah.
it's not like
You're like most people. You've considered it.
Yeah.
and then just
It's like us with
nah.
Reddit. We really need to get on the Reddit thing.
I'm an
Reddit.
avid Reddit user, but like for me
do you want
personally,
do you want to take over the D-Lud Reddit?
no,
No.
no.
Yeah.
It's a lot,
Gotta-
dude.
gotta
If you're
get on
one
there.
person, it's a lot. It's like,
I know. There's so much going on, and
And then when you share it across everything, which I tend to do a lot, people hate that. It's like Twitter doesn't want to see Facebook published posts. They want to see
Exactly.
original content.
and you can like customize it for each platform, but even then, it's like
It's a lot of work.
somebody's like, oh, I saw like 5 notifications from like the same thing, and they're
Yeah.
all about the same thing. So I'm just gonna ignore all of them instead of clicking on the one that I
Yeah,
got.
that's why I focus on Instagram. Really, I just like the visuals. It's
Yeah.
fast. It's cool.
Cool, man.
Tight.
Thank you so much for coming on the show, man.
Yeah, thanks for
Yeah,
having
thanks
me,
for
man.
it.
It's
Of course,
awesome.
dude.
It's tight.
Chilling in the lair is fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, let's
Anniversary day.
Let's go play some Magic or something.
Let's go
dude.
play some Magic, dude. You want to go
D&D?
play some Magic?
I'm playing Magic every day.
Dude, let's do it. Thanks,
All
man.
right.
Thank you, Rudy.
Yeah.
Hey, baby.
Oh, hey. How's it going, guys? Sorry, my co-host is
Infatuated by this art
doing
a little
his thing.
too much.
Yeah.
I'm sad we don't get to keep this thing, man.
I know.
Oh well, we got
It's
these
pretty
stickers
rad
though.
of Rudy, though, to download.
Oh, dude, he didn't bring doubles of anything.
No,
We're gonna have to fight over these
no.
stickers,
I'm
dude.
totally keeping these ones.
All right, I get this. All right,
No,
we'll do this.
no,
We'll
no.
do this later, man. We don't want to fight over
No,
that
no.
stuff. We're gonna.
Everything
I'm gonna draw 'em blood, dude.
No, this
I'll
is
beat you with my
really cool.
crutch.
Rudy donated
That to Villainous Lair, yeah, for their
for
anniversary.
their anniversary.
That's really
so
awesome.
Check it out.
Thank you for watching, guys. This has been the D-Lod Show. We'll put links for all of the stuff to find our guests and find all the stuff we talked about in the
Links.
description. And check out Digital Lizards of Doom. Awesome band.
Yeah.
You guys got some shows coming up?
Yeah, actually, by the time this airs,
April
it's gonna be
14th probably.
right after. Yeah, that's
Mm.
right. We just talked about that. I
Yeah.
was gonna say because I'm performing alongside this gentleman at
April 9th.
April 9th.
So it will have passed.
downtown
We'll
San
let you know,
Diego.
guys
What?
know on like a couple weeks episodes how it went.
Yeah.
We film these ahead of time so we don't get caught up. In
That's
case
pretty
somebody
cool.
like breaks their kneecap and they can't film an episode.
Now, who would be stupid enough to do something like that?
I don't know. Somebody I'd hate.
Oh, yeah, me too.
So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Check out my podcast if you got some time on your hands and you like some gritty ribald humor.
Battlecast.
Yeah. Gabe's actually
Sorry,
redoing our
little
theme
inside joke
song.
right there.
Yeah, he's redoing our theme song.
Too
and
many
he
of those on
Did
the show.
that in it, and I was like, dude, take this back to the drawing board. I'm just kidding. It was really good. Anyways, yeah, check us out on all of our stuff, and thank you for watching. Thank you to Villainous Lair for letting us do our show here, and thank
Happy
you to
anniversary. By the way.
happy anniversary, and thank you to Meltdown Comics for supporting us in our little venture here. And we are having an amazing time doing it, and I hope you guys are having a good time watching it.
Stay tuned.
Next week. Yeah. Actually, next week we're going to have Andy Schatz on, the head developer and owner at Pocket Watch Games.
Listen to him.
That's
I
going to be
know.
awesome.
I know
He
nothing
made the
about
game
this.
Monaco. If you've heard of that, you probably have if you're
Little
into indie
tiny
games.
game might have happened, you know,
And he's
but
actually in the middle of development on a new one, which looks really cool.
Maybe we can get the inside scoop.
We'll get the inside scoop. So stay
Cool,
tuned
man.
for that, guys.
Stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Peace.
One more.
Oh, one more. Boom. Yes. Peace out, guys.
See ya.
This has been the Digital Lizards of Doom show live at Meltdown.